Think of live. Welcome to Debo Bricks. If there's anybody here, excuse me. Today we're going to be putting together the Creator 3-in-1 set here, Mighty Dinosaurs. We're going to be doing T-Rex, 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 and maybe the other ones too. Like there's T-Rex, some more T-Rex. Ooh, futuristic dragon, bow and zip gun. Zinc alloy. Yeah. Thanks. All right, no. But the other ones we're going to do are like there's Triceratops and the pterodactyl. So, yeah. What's going on back here is the city just got rearranged pretty much in one day. Those white tables there. Yeah, this is not New Jang City. This is Gotham, Manhattantropolis. But yeah, installed those white tables, took out these folding tables, which you can see here in the margins there. And you know, they're the size of 2 base plates by 4 base plates when you lay them out. And that's what the whole city was on for the longest time, but wobbly. And in the center of these tables, it kind of, it's just uneven. So to build something with a structure that's Technic bricks all held together by pins and supported on these, you know, stanchions here, it did not. I mean, it was sturdy enough, but this is so solid. Like I feel like I could get up there and lay on it. It's pretty strong. And I even got the lighting all redone, or well, all the wiring rewired for it. So when it gets darker in here, that actually looks pretty good. But yeah, so good stuff, right? So let's not waste much more time. And let me try and at the same time get me booted up on the PS4 on YouTube here, just so I can have like a safety check, just in case the stream goes out, because that's happened before. But only at like 4.5 hours in, and this is not going 4.5 hours. We're shooting for 2 hours, so that if people want to watch it later, it's not like, oh my god, I gotta like binge this stuff. So there we go, normal version. T-Rex. If you don't know T-Rex, listen to T-Rex. Give T-Rex a shot. Mark Bolan is awesome. You know at least one song off there if you're of the older crowd. But very big in Britain. Should have been bigger over here. It's dope-yo. It is totally dope-yo. Hey, Brickanista. Hey, Aqua Mike. Lego Scary Stories is Amora. What's going on? So yeah, just trying to sync up with the YouTube I got going on here, the PS4 area. And now, since I moved out my big display case over here so I could have all the city along the wall, that window's putting in a lot more light. So it's a lot brighter in here. I don't have the ring light going today because I'm going to try and find a good angle here in a second. So let's see if I can find me. Thankfully, there are no other Debo bricks with 2 E's. There's other Debo bricks out there, like DEBO bricks, and I did not know that. But you know, you live and you learn. And I got another letter in there, I guess. So it's all right. Plus, that cat seems to be more of a taking pictures of Lego sets person, whereas I try and mock as much as I can and show that. So why does this take me so long? Oh, that's why. There we go. Okay, so we're concurrent. But yeah, so over on this table, I got things all laid out. Trying to get it organized again behind me. But yeah. Oh, structure is a wonderful thing. Let me tell you this. The streets are all down, but they're not so much filled up with all the vehicles just because. Today's episode will be hydrated by Sprite. Refreshing lemon lime. It's almost like you didn't drink any. So crisp. All right. Let's see. And I'll take input from the chat if you feel the lighting could be improved by scooting around to a different thing. Oh, thanks, Brickanista. Yeah, I've been working on the city since like at least 2007. No, more like 2006. Because about the time that, yeah, Ninjago for real, yo. For real, Aquamike. Ninjago is just like firing on all cylinders lately. The new like Pacific Islander ones that came out now, like the dragon looks great, the catamaran stuff looks good, but I just love the enemy figs. I really do. And this is my first time I've ever done this. Popped up in the box top the wrong way, but we'll see how it works. Of course, this is a creator set, so we don't have the numbered bags. Any advice on how to build an aquarium for your city? Well, from what I understand, Aquamike, what your entire city is probably going to be underwater, right? And as you know, I had my underwater section over here. But what with these new tables and the way everything is done here, I'm going to be able to take the area underneath the table and pretty much turn that into, like, there's going to be one underneath a table for an aquatic zone, one for a space museum, because the space museum is going to get resurrected. Oh, it's not going to be underwater themed? Right on. Yeah, no worries. You could just like check thrift stores and see if they got like an aquarium. I thought about doing that with mine. But one of the things you want to watch out for, especially if you want to use base plates, because they're like 10 inches by 10 inches and like a hair more. A sewer system. Yes. I do have a sewer pipe coming out over into this lagoon area, but that all needs to be rebuilt now because, as you saw with that window earlier, I don't have a window ledge to deal with, and it only jets about this far out, but I have to redo the entire back cave to make it sit flush and back. So that's something that's in the future. But right now, we've got 3-in-1. So we got 3 different sets of instructions in here. We'll start with T-Rex. It doesn't look like too many parts. I'm hoping that all scattered everywhere. Matter of fact, before we get into that though, because I got a second or two, and the lovely Tiffany took me to the Lego store this weekend and treated me to she treated me to these tables. So this episode is brought to you by Tiffany because she's awesome. But I picked up this number at the Lego store. The Star of Nean set, 80106, because it's awesome and it's in the $80 range that the Lion Dance set is, or was, if you can still find it, which these guys are just so cool. Like, go and find videos of people actually doing lion dances. Your mind will be blown. I also want to give a quick shout out to Tricky Bricks this week. They're doing mosaics. You probably don't want to put anything obscure like this in there, but something to check out. Tricky Bricks on YouTube. Also check out Brickanista on YouTube. She's going to be building the 3-in-1 set on her stream Thursday, I believe. She also streams on Twitch, and she streams a lot. She streams like 6 days a week. So, like, sometimes I have to check it. You know, is it Twitch today or YouTube today? I just, you know, double down. Just it's I don't know. Time and myself right now just don't work right. Yeah, that set is awesome. I'm so glad that they had that in the Detroit area Lego store. I kept checking the stock too, like twice, 3 times a day. Just like, is it still there? Yes, is it still there? And as a matter of fact, because it was Amelia Earhart Day, and we were in line because, yeah, there's going to be a line. We got up. We're going in the door, right? And of course, you're seeing all the video stuff. And the closer you get, you see, oh, they got the Coliseum set up, and oh, there's a police station. It's like, oh, so cute. Things like that. And then like you see the Lamborghini sign out front. But I'm looking in the window, right? And I see a dude with that in his hand. I'm like, oh! Like that's the first time I've like audibly gasped in public, like not being totally aware of myself. And T heard it, and she's like, "Wow, what is that? What's going on?" And so then I explained it to her, and she's like, "All right, so here we go, Creator 3-in-1." I also, yeah, Brickanista. I don't know how to make someone a mod, but I need to make you a mod. I think I just figured it out. That easy, super easy. Also, if you're here and you like the stream, please go ahead and like the stream. Just because, I mean, it makes me feel good as a person. No, but beyond that, like it helps people get here if like this is their kind of thing. So, you know, if that's cool with you. But also, shout out to the Maisels brothers for putting this series of documentaries together, which I will be watching later as I reassemble my city again. Stone and John Claude, two installation artists. If you don't know them, they're fantastic. Check them out. I was going to look for one more thing before I start this because I did hit the pick-a-brick wall. And by me hitting the pick-a-brick wall, I mean I hit the pick-a-brick wall. They let me back there to do it. It's something they just started this week, but there are ground rules. Of course, you have to sanitize your hands before you go in there. One person at a time, and notching of the Legos, you can only use the scoops that they provide. And so like when you take them out of the wall, there's no like stacking them in tight and trying to conserve space. You know, you got to make do with what you got to do. But I was totally fine with that. And I just want to give a shout out to the people that helped me at the Lego store there and the Somerset collection down by Detroit, and Nicholas, who checked me out. Also, when you go to the Lego store, like physically in person, they'll give you a receipt. At the bottom of that receipt, there's going to be like a little survey. Go ahead and fill out that survey. Give them all top marks, because like that does help out the store, and the individuals do receive the kudos. Oh, just like just a giant tank in the layer for your sharks for the aquarium. That's pretty boss. Honestly, I'll say that's keen. That's almost like that's verging on supervillain level stuff. I mean, just because it's sharks. Oh, the Hammerhead Shark. Yes, that is a good one. That is a good one. Yes, you have the power Brickanista. Yeah, it's so cool because like I don't know, I last time I was there, of course, like you talked to the folks and they was going to start building here, and I'm going to try to not talk about what I'm building as I'm building, because you can kind of see it. So we'll see. But I'm going to talk about that experience at the store, because I don't get there too often, because it's like a good hour and a half away. I mean but a good hour and a half away. There's a bad hour and a half away, and we're not going to talk about that right now. But yeah, the store is just awesome. The Pick-a-Brick. When I went in there, there was some dude. Hey, Monica Berry. Hey, how's it going? Very excited. Monica is starting a mosaic right now for the Tricky Bricks Challenge. She's probably working on it as we speak. And mosaics are becoming like a thing for me. A, because I have so many dots, I can't contain them anymore. I have to like place them somewhere. And B, it's a mosaic. You can make anything. Like you can make an image, or you can based on another image, or you can like come up with your own deal. It's very, very different process than doing your regular 3D mocks. Yeah, Aquamike for what you want to do. Yeah, pretty much you gotta think of what size you're gonna work with first, before you delve too far into into a mosaic. You gotta think like, how big is this gonna be when it's done? Lay that out first. Figure out what you want to do. If you want to do one of the things in the studio, like Holly was demonstrating yesterday, one of the things you need to make sure of is that your resolution makes whatever it is you're trying to create show up correctly. Hey, Alexander, what's going on? Glad you can make it, yo. Yeah, so we're doing the Creator 3-in-1 here. I just built a rib cage of something or other, and of course the T-Rex is going to be hovering over this. But yeah, we're talking about the Lego store and the stuff I saw there yesterday, and it was the Amelia Earhart gift with purchase. And Tiffany put together the Amelia Earhart last night and loved it. So if you can, get a hold of one. If there's a Lego set that you've been like on the fence about just a little bit, just say you're gonna treat yourself. Just do it. You know, get that $100 price point. Get Amelia Earhart. She is valued at $20, so that's a good thing to start with there. I'm gonna try and read the chat as best I can here. Yeah, sometimes it feels like you don't have enough pieces to do something, but also remember negative space. You know, you can make something by making where it's not. Sometimes that helps, you know, a little bit. Oh, you got your prize pack, Aqua Mike. Monica Berry was gonna get her prize pack as well. She said it was tracked and it was closing in. I saw yesterday in the stream. But yeah, the gift with purchase is awesome. The gift with purchase is worth it. I could go grab the gift with purchase right now. Don't want to slow down my flow. So that will be incentive to stick around on the stream if I get a little crazy here and need to hydrate and start going off the walls. At the end of this, you'll get to see the Earhart plane. And don't let me forget, I don't want to be that dude. All right, so yeah, just moving in here with the ball joints. But anyway, getting back again to the pick-a-brick wall, because I've been in stores before where, and it's almost inevitable every time I'm in there, somebody going to the pick-brick wall is a bricklinker, like they have a store. So they have paperwork and they're consulting things. And oh, I think I hear Nora in the distance. Yeah, she's not exactly happy because her bed is moved right now. Hey, girl. Yeah. Yes, your adoring public is awaiting your arrival. She's here. All right. And with Nora, it's only a matter of time. Like, she's going to jump at some point. You don't know when. She'll just keep circling you like a shark. It's like I can really relate to Quentin Jaws when he's talking about like waiting in the water, waiting for your turn because you don't know what's going to happen. People are just getting bit all around you, and then like you don't know when your turn is. You don't know when you're next. That's what Nora makes you feel like. She makes you feel like there's an impending shark attack. All right. So yeah, it looks like okay, she's rubbing her face on things. She'll be up here soon. Oh, sorry, Leela. Yeah. Your cats are extremely interactive with your workstation. Nora is with this. Actually, when I went through and changed everything over last night, I noticed that she derailed this black and yellow train. And it's a more classic train from many years ago, but yeah, she derailed it. She does that. She jumps over things in there. Yes. I hope Leela feels on the up and up. And see that shark fin? I see that shark fin over my shoulder there. I know what's coming. She's here. She won't be stopped. She can't be stopped. She is inevitable. She is death and taxes rolled into one. You know where you love her. Nora Jean. I know it. Say hi to the peoples. All right, this is the part of the show where Nora goes through and tries to headbutt things. Generally makes, I don't want to say a nuisance of herself, but lets her presence be known. See? Yeah, she's a fun one. Yeah, the hazards of working on the floor. I can't work on the floor. I think I told you about when I was working on that Binions painting, and it messed my back up because I was trying to work on like a 2 foot by 4 foot painting on the floor. It just it's not a great posture to do that. And yeah, so yeah, Nora's just marking her territory here, but so far we got like the core of the dinosaur body all set. Yeah, Nora's good with the head boobs. She's freaking with the head boobs. And she is so good at being in the way. Like, if there were a career path for her to follow with that skill set, I'm telling you, she'd be top of her profession. All right, so yeah, like, got a pretty good amount of ball joints in here. So what we're going to be doing is rebricking this. We're going to kind of space that out a bit so that you can play along at home. Brickanista and I are doing this together, so she's doing it on her stream. Again, Thursdays, or this Thursday. She's on like 6 days a week, but this Thursday she's going to be. And Brickanista, since you're a mod, you can drop whatever you need there in the chat. I don't mind. Yeah. You coming around this side now, girl? Like, her whole world is off kilter right now because like her bed, the one that she usually stays in, is in my living room chair. So she's not going to just like lay down in here after this is all done. She's probably going to depart. But she's my building buddy. She's also my building inspector. Everything you see behind me, she made sure that everything is strong enough. Because like she has a head-butting power of probably a small wrecking ball. Okay, medium-sized wrecking ball. So yeah, she is quite formidable. Much like the mighty T-Rex, as we are building it right here. But anyway, getting back to the rebrick. Yeah, so we're gonna space it out for a while. What I'd like to do, and we're still kind of in discussion on like how we're going to do the challenge, like ourselves, like if we're gonna do it on our streams or on like we're gonna jump in on her stream, because my technology skills are very 1996. So because I think it would be fun to do a live mock rebuild, because live mocking is one of the reasons I started live streaming. I haven't been doing much of that at all yet, but I'm gonna get there. We're gonna get there. It's a process, right, kid? Oh, she's kind of settling in now, so this is gonna be really fun. I'm going to be at an angle, right, girl? Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, she's jumping down. Yes, the city is Nora approved. That's why we have the double level here, so that she can walk around comfortably under there. Because even when it was down to like one level and it's just like a couple bricks, she would still get under there. She would still get, but like she would like seriously push traffic out of her way. I mean, there'd be pileups. Trains would be like on the floor, train cars. So it was better just to facilitate Nora Jean, rather than try and block her off, which is actually what I had to do with the Batcave, but that's another story. That's another story for another time, for another stream, because actually, like I said earlier, I do have to rebuild the bat cave, and that would be something I would like to do on stream so that everybody can see what's going on under there, because there's a lot jam packed in there. If you're a bat fan or not, just a lot of kitschy coolness from Lego Past, and you know me, like this city is mashup city. It's mashup city, so there's all kinds of weirdness going on in there, and I'd like to share it with you. But I think what I'm working on right here is a neck. I think Nora has gone to settle down now. So, oh, I said Batman Orange Bricks. Hey, good to see you here. I'm glad you could stop on by. Your shorts have been tearing it up lately. I've seen it. Your little short videos. Good show on that. Because I have two big Bat fans here in the chat, Brickanista and Orange Bricks. And as far as DC characters go, you know, Batman was actually the very first comic book I bought was a Batman. It was Detective Comics. Can't remember the number. This was in the 80s, and if I can remember the storyline, I'll hit you with it. But I remember this turning me off from comic books for a while because I thought I was buying a Batman comic book about Batman. But the entire story, like, I didn't see but maybe 2 panels with Batman in it, and the rest of it is all like other crazy stuff. So like, that took me out of the game for a while, honestly, until we moved from Florida to Michigan, and we were hitting some yard sales, and someone was getting rid of some of their comic books that weren't too old, but there were a handful of Silver Surfer issues in there. And I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. What, a cosmic space surf dude? All right, sure, I'll check it out. And whoa, it was like issue 29 of volume 3, somewhere in there. And then I think annual 3. But yeah, mind-blowing, mesmerizing. I was hooked. That got me in. And then I started picking up issues on the stand, and that was somewhere in the 40s and the numbering of the issues. And then the Infinity Gauntlet happened, like right around Silver Surfer 50. Yeah, that's when that kicked off, because Thanos really came back, like in comics, and I think it was Silver Surfer 35 or 36, somewhere in there. But yeah, and then that precipitated the whole Infinity Gauntlet. But I can only wonder what my speed is being affected by my storytelling here. Yeah, drop in for as long as you feel like, Orange Bricks. I'm going to be going here hopefully for a couple versions of this model, if not all 3. So yeah, this is actually pretty good parts pack. I mean, I've heard parts pack so many times in the last couple of days. I almost don't want to say the phrase parts pack, but I mean, it's a parts pack. Maybe we come up with a different phrase. Maybe we come up with something new that nobody's going to suspect, like element ensemble. We have a new element ensemble here. It's a great element ensemble. Look at this. Look at this cast. Look at these ball joints. Look at that articulation. You can go in any direction right now with this. You can make it's a glorified tadpole is what I have here. A tadpole with claws. Element ensemble, right? Right? It's catching. It's dope, yo. It is dope, yo. It's triple dope. But I don't know if it confirms to the It's Dope Yo standard, the IDYS. That is check Brickanista's stuff out if you want to see that. Yesterday she had on a guest, and they were talking about Mills, which is like a Micropolis standard, and it's fascinating stuff. I wish I had more Micropolis action going down, but unfortunately, my city's bigger than Micropolis. It's not a Maxopolis, not a Megapolis. It's a Minneapolis. Yeah, it's the IDYS, the It's Dope Yo standard. Yeah, the mixel joints, and then something else I'm really excited about in this. This is one of my Favorite piece is the piece that is attaching those little dinosaur tail bits. That's what those originally were, I think. Are like a clip with a bar hole in them. And for me, like as a shorthand, I like to think of them as glove clips because, they look like a little glove. So I call those glove clips, like my mental shorthand. I don't know if I really say it out loud too much, like, oh man, I wish I had a glove clip right now. Man, any more glove clips in here? God, somebody used the last glove clip. No, I'm not really gonna try and get that out there. Long macaronis, yes. All right, Orange Bricks. Good luck with your mock. Thanks for stopping by. We're gonna be trying to do this every Monday, so yeah. If you got time and you want to stop in, we love seeing you. Tricky Lug. And again, I was at the Lego store during the Tricky Lug meeting, and I do apologize to Tricky Lug. This is the first Tricky Lug meeting I missed. And talk about FOMO. There was campfire camping discussions centered around fires and camping. But here's a piece that I think this is the first time I've gotten this. This is a ball joint extender. So this clips in to your regular ball joint acceptor here. I'm sure there are better names. Socket. Yeah, socket would be the word. And so this kind of extends it and like pushes that socket out a little bit. Probably one module is what we're talking. So the module, when you're looking at, just to break down some terminology for you real quick. So when you're looking at a plate or something from the top down, the module is like the bits going out that are equal every way. When you go up, that's not a module, that's just a brick height. But so it'd be like the length and the width. So that square action there. Anyway, back to the issue at hand. And sorry for geeking out about ball joint things, but like I love ball joints so much. I bought a ton of Bionicle, and so that's really working well for me. Bionicle was not made to the It's Doppio standard. Bionicle, you really have to work with to be able to get something non-Bionicle out of it. I mean, it's got pin acceptors and stuff, but it's yeah. Thursday's gonna be a fun one for sure. Yes, tune in Thursday for Brickanista tackling this set. One of the other ones I wanted to maybe give a shout out to were there's two new Creator 3-in-1 sets that popped up earlier this year. You have the Cyber Drone, I think it's called, and you also have the Wild Lion set, which honestly, the Wild Lion arms seem a little bit stiff. Not really making a negative call, but I mean, you're gonna have to do some tweaking to find just the right pose to make it look more natural. That being said, I like the set. I'm excited for it. So that might be something to consider down the road. If you're looking at 3-in-1 sets and you want to do something like that, or you want like ball joints, parts packs, and everything and whatnot. And therefore, it looks like here we have a flayed lizard. Tasty. Been watching a lot of survival shows with T. We watch Naked and Afraid right now. We're binging through because we found like a treasure trove of ones we hadn't seen. That show is messed up. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I enjoy watching shows with people doing things I could probably do, but I really just wouldn't want to do. That's one of them. I mean, I could probably mountain climb if my life depended on it. Like there was a cure and I had to get to the top of the mountain. Sure, I'd probably climb it. I wouldn't be happy about it. I don't like heights. But I love to watch things about mountain climbing. I love to read books about mountain climbing. John Krakauer is an amazing author. If reading is your thing, and honestly, it's become less and less the more bricks I have, because you just have to, you got to deal with bricks. It's almost like the movie Leprechaun, where like they distracted the leprechaun by throwing shoes at him to shine, and I'm distracted from reading and educating myself, and keeping up on things by Too many bricks. Too many bricks. All the bricks. All the bricks. All right, so here's one of my favorite things in Lego. You may know, or you may not, that I am a fan of the Voodoo Ball. Now, the Voodoo Ball is a ball joint that has a axle connection in the end, and it only comes through one side. Now, this one has the axle connection going all the way through. This is a friction ball. It's got a higher level of friction than your regular ball joint. Galactus Shoulders use this as a supplement. It's a technique they did. I thought it was just in the Monkey Kid mech and the Demon Bull King, but it goes all the way back to the Voltron mech that I wanted and didn't get because I just gotten rid of like an original Voltron not too long ago, and I was like, I was done, I could move on, and that set us $175, and I'm like, could I really justify spending $175, especially if it only moves like. Here's a spoiler about Voltron for the folks who didn't have Voltron. Not very articulate. Like you had hip joints and you had elbows and shoulders, yeah, but the head don't turn. Like the mouth of the lion opens and then the face drops down. That's pretty much it. That's all you had. Yeah, Into Thin Air was an amazing book. He's done like I've read. I might be honestly, I might be a couple of books behind, but I tried to keep up with him. Banner of Heaven is an eye opener. He's got like a collection of essays that he did. He did one about Pat Tillman. And I won't go any further into that because if you know who Pat Tillman is, then you'll know what I'm talking about. And then if you don't, you probably won't want to know what I'm talking about anyway. Working on the claw here. That's articulated on this friction ball, which is pretty cool. Just trying to keep up on my thing here. Yes, enjoy your lunch, Monica Berry. I will be enjoying lunch soon. I will be having the classic turkey on pumpernickel with olive oil mayo. This week we're going with a classic honey smoked turkey. Yeah, that is a sweet claw, and they want the 2X. Of course they want the 2X. I'm actually not too far away from the end of the set here, so we're probably going to be breaking it down and trying to get another go at it, which I think will be fun. Yes. Feel free to lurk. Participation is not necessary in the chat if you just want to lounge and lay back. I'm pretty good at just rambling. I say pretty good because I don't have an outside perspective. My rambling might be incessant and a little bit annoying to most folks, but I mean, I'm stuck with myself. I gotta like it, right? There we go. There and that and this here, and then we take the thing. But yeah. So I keep getting sidetracked from the story because I may want to do all 3 versions of this if I can get them in. But at first I can tell this Bricklink story. Or I mean not Bricklink story. This Lego wall story. So we're in the days of COVID now. If any future generations are checking this out. So there's a 6-foot distance thing, right? Which we're all pretty used to and we're all good at maintaining. Everybody wears a mask, which we're all pretty used to, and most of us are used to. Most of us are cool with, and because we understand it's for the greater good. Yes. So what Lego has done to help facilitate shoppers in the store at this time, limiting the number of people in the store. So you have to wait outside essentially in a queue for your turn to go in, depending on how many people you have. And some people are only going to be in there for a minute. Some people are going to be in there for me. There's no telling how long I'm going to be in the Lego store. Like I would be in there all day if I didn't feel the social pressure to move on. But so they're making concessions, right? And one of the concessions is the pick a brick wall. When I visited this summer, the Pick-a-Brick Wall, of course, was closed to the general public. If you don't know what the Pick-a-Brick Wall is, you go into a Lego store. At the back of the store, there's this big array of bins of bulk Lego. A cup, and you fill the cup. And then they charge you a set price for as much Lego as you can fit in the cup. 2 different sizes of cup. I've never gotten the small one because I'm like, why? So large cups. So that's the state of things. And right now, generally they're actually kind of phasing this out. And I was early to the game on it. Just make sure I did this right. I'm kind of skipping ahead while I'm talking. So there was this cat that was in the store, and he came in with like a sheaf of paperwork. So you could tell he was somebody who had a bricklaying store. Either he had I don't want to be so judgmental. He either had a bricklaying store or he had a massive project that he was trying to see if what the inventory was on hand could be, converted to what he needed. Which I've done the same. I've written down. I've taken crib notes to the Lego store before, and I've made concessions on colors and parts due to what was available on hand. So I won't be so quick to judge. But I will say this: dude was like, he had his phone out, he had the thing. On top of when you go into the Lego store and you're going to say, figure out what you want on the Pick-a-Brick. They have a little glass display case that has a 48 by 48 plate angled with every element that's on the wall like laid out in a little number. So you take the sheet that is on top of the display case, you fill it out with pen or pencil, and you indicate on there how much of that element you want. The unit is scoops, so it'd be like quarter scoop, half scoop, full scoop of X, Y, or Z, and to fill which size cup. So it's a process. And I was looking on the thing and I didn't see any pens or pencils, and so I go back to the deal to grab a sheet, and the dude is like laying on top of the display case, like he's laying up here, his book's right here, his phone's right here, and the sheets are like right next to his face. And he's just like Bogart and thing. Like, how can we function as a society if this is how people treat the Pick-a-Brick, right? So I quick grabbed a sheet. I ended up grabbing like 2 or 3, and then I go up to the front. And I'm like, I'm searching my pockets, but I don't have a pen or a pencil. So I go up to the clerk and I'm like, yeah, can I get a pen or a pencil so I can fill this out real quick? And he's like, oh yeah, sure. Here you go. Oh, or we did just open this up so you can go back there and pick them yourself. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, man, you can do it. So I was all about it, and I filled up 3 cups. I could have filled up more, but the Detroit Pick-a-Brick Wall is a strange beast. Unless you're going for tan, you're probably going to be disappointed as far as plate selection or brick selection. However, if you're making Tatooine or a beach, you're golden, You're golden. And of course, they got the obligatory weird bits. And the thing about a Lego Pick-a-Brick Wall is, like, if there was, say, you wanted brackets, you're only going to find one type of bracket for the up or down, and it's only going to be in one color, so you can't really be choosy. Or if you're looking for shoulder bricks, if I can find an example of a shoulder brick around here, I'll show it to you, because it's one of my weird terms. But yeah, so your choices are going to be limited on a Pick-a-Brick Wall. You can't really go to a Pick-a-Brick Wall with an idea and walk away with enough bits to make that idea come to fruition on their own. It's gonna have to have some supplementation, but you can get a lot of bulk stuff. Like, you can get 1x2 plates, like half a couple 1x2 plates. You can get 2x2 rounds that are in dark turquoise, because that's what I did. Yeah, there's just so many options there. Yeah, Total Bogart. Yeah, the dude was just like, oh. It's almost like it was like a Dungeons and Dragons thing, and like the dragon was like surrounding its hoard, and you had to figure out a way to like distract the dragon so you could get in there and steal like gold or whatever object you had to get. I think that's a decent analogy. But yeah, total bugger. That dude. I could have said something, but it's a Lego store. I'm there to be civil. I'm not there to cause any. I'm not there to cause a ruckus. I'm not gonna give anybody any griff. I'm not gonna give any guff. Unless I am given guff, then I will give as good as I'm given. I don't know. Anyway, back to the dinosaur. Yeah, I will go down a rabbit hole for show. So what did they have at the Pick a Brick store? Well, Monica had a friend, I believe in Virginia, that sent her a whole lot of blue flowers, like the flower studs, which essentially work as a stud, but they got the little petal indentation around it. So I got a good amount of those. As far as studs and stuff like that go, when I fill up a cup of the pick a brick wall, that's the stuff I like to get last. You kind of fill it in over everything else, especially when you got plates or bricks or larger stuff. And you kind of shake it, and it all kind of trickles down, and you can get more that way. But I got those. I also got those pink flowers that are the ones that kind of blossom up, and then they have a pinhole in the center of them. I've really been loving those, especially because I've been doing the underwater thing. And Aqua Mike's got me inspired to keep my underwater area alive. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And that's one of the reasons for getting these tables, so I could do that. And then I wanted to use those flowers for like underwater foliage and stuff. I feel like I was defeated the last time I tried to do it over here, so I'm going to try to recreate the essential structure of it, but instead of it being like 4 base plates long, it's going to be a 4 base plate square. And you know, I'm just gonna gonna try and tie down that underwater foliage. Don't even know if I'm using the right word there, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, so boom, boom, both sides there. We got the bar going there. So we're about to put the bottom jaw on this mug. But I will say, and this is a very interesting thing here, but I do need to point this out because it's way cool. So this bar there is a 3-long bar, which extends a little bit over where the clips are when they're building off the side there. But the designer made the allowance for that by using these wedge plates that have those extra indentations there. So yeah, it's just like Lego magically works sometimes in these mysterious ways. So trust the brick, trust in the brick. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like trying to get past a dragon. I'm telling you, Brickanista, these folks out here. That's Michigan for you. Michigan's a funny place. Some people are here looking out for everybody else. Some people are here looking out for themselves. Yeah, it's just like anywhere around the world. But all you can do is try to respond to that in the best way that you can. You know, that's just life. Find your path and follow it. Be like water. That's the most important lesson I learned from Cowboy Bebop and Bruce Lee. Be like water. That's Jeet Kune Do. But yeah, there we go. We got a rawr. Actually, this is a pretty boss T-Rex. I'm gonna do a side-by-side with the this cat up here afterwards, and we're gonna see how they stack up. Oh, this one, honestly, this one is pretty killer right here with the claws. Oh, I mean, honestly, it could be no, because Velociraptors have like just a one claw, right? Like that's their big thing. It's just like, Oh, it's been a while. Yes, yes. Trust in the brick. It is the way. Cornado says it all the time because it's true. Like I first discovered that, I believe it was after the Lego Masters finale or while Lego Masters was still going down. And I was working on my red squid, which got me thinking, hey, I can do other things with my builds than just city stuff. Once I hit that point and learned to trust in the brick, I found that the possibilities were endless. So trust in the brick, and the brick will not steer you wrong. Trust in the T-Rex, and it will look like a velociraptor. Teach your children well, something like that, right? All right, so here we go. Here's the terrible lizard for you. Balance-wise, not great. Not great. I mean, it could just be because I'm not doing the feet quite right here. No, balance-wise, just not great. Unless it's doing like, if it's really rearing up. Okay, I guess there, but yeah. Brr. It is a little top heavy. That head is a solid construction. Of course, you know the thicker, the more plates you get into a space, of course, the more weight that's going to add on than if you had a brick in that space. But there he is. Okay, and do the side by side. Honestly, pretty close in scale, like scary close in scale. Let's do a top comparison. Snout down. We got maybe about an inch on the tail in length there. But when you measure it hip from hip, it goes down to more like 3/8 of an inch. And then this guy's snout extends pretty far. Similar in size. Not too bad. But I love a Triceratops. That's what I like. So thank you, Mr. T-Rex. On to Triceratops we go. Oh, and I do want to make mention here. Back when Monica and I were doing our December challenge, where we would, it was the Post-it note challenge. Tiffany would leave a Post-it note out for me when she left for work, and then when I got up, I'd take a look and see what the daily build was, and then I'd let Monica know, and then she'd come up with her idea for it. I'd do my idea for it, and then we'd we just did that all. It was like a surprise advent calendar. It's like a make your own advent calendar on the fly. Was that 50 minutes? Really? Not too shabby. All right. Well, 50 minutes. That means I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all 3 done in the stream, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to speed up a little bit. Oh, and I'm going to share something with y'all because it's been stuck in my head for like the last couple days, and Flynn is kind of responsible for it. So there's this band in the 90s called Swing Out Sister, and they had the song called Breakout. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, back in the day, I kind of dug Swing Out Sister quite a bit, but over the years, you forget about like the those little niche bands that you end up loving. Except for the Jets, because they're super sweet. Anyway, so Swing Out Sister, I guess, was in the back of my mind, and then they were putting together, was it Andrea's family house? And then he displayed like this one part of the house, like a little kitchenette area that was like swung out, and I was like, oh my God, Swing Out Sister! And then it all came back to me, and I was like, oh. So yeah, I've been like binging Swing Out Sister and that song specifically, and just like repeating it over and over and over again. Break out, dun 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 dun. Dun. Don't stop to act. Yeah, sorry, my voice is horrible. I'm gonna stop singing because I'm not worried at all about any kind of licensing thing, because my voice is so horrible. Even if it sounded right, it would still be classified as a parody. So I just don't want to bug anybody with my voice and then drive them away. And like, I can't watch that Debo dude. He sings too much, like some real obscure 80s, 90s, 70s stuff. We can't keep up with him. It's like a whirlwind of odd references. All right, boom, boom. All right, let's see how long it takes to break down the set. But yeah, Swing Out Sister, if you like a nice, light, jazzy type thing, they're pretty good for you. Tailor-made for the Roxette crowd. I think they predated Roxette. If you know who Roxette is, points. You get points. All right, so I'm just kind of, I'm not even completely torn down with this other build. I'm just starting in. I've done other creator rebricks, not rebricks, but like rebuilds of the sets. And the non-primary builds are not going to use all the elements. Generally, they use quite a few less. So I've just kind of broken it down here to where I can get started on the next one. And then I'll try and build as fast as I can, just because I want to see if I can get all three done in one stream. I'm going to hydrate, though, because this episode is brought to you by Sprite. Not really, though. All right. I got the brick there. So, yeah. My experience at the Lego store was fantastic. The location of the Lego store, less than fantastic. Because Michigan only has one, and it's all the way down there. So whenever we like go visit another city, I've got to try and take advantage of the Lego stores in that area. Regrettably, when we went out to California, there were four in the San Francisco area, and I wasn't able to hit any of them. But we were with Tiffany's father at the time, and he's not a Lego person, so we weren't going to burden him with that. But like, I swear, like once on a route, like I'd gone right by one, and it's just like there's a palpable sense of not loss, but like I guess it's what you call FOMO, right? All right, so I'm seeing yes. There we go. 2. And there's that other one there. So far, I haven't had to break down the dinosaur yet. We'll see how far we can go with that. Once upon a time, back in the day when I first started doing the YouTube videos, when I was editing things and spending like 6 hours editing 6 minutes of footage and trying to do a voiceover that sounded like half accurate or good or didn't screw up, or yeah, went back in the day when I was doing that stuff. I did this summer they came out with the 12-in-1 gift with purchase, and so I tried to do like a sped up version of that, like a speed build kind of thing. It was my 12 subscribers special. So 12 subscribers sub special. Yeah, there we go. Maybe I need more hydration than I actually think. So yeah, for my 12 subscriber special, I rebuilt that summer set. The only build that survived from it is this little flamingo, which is like right on the front, because it's a fantastic flamingo. I do have that flamingo right over here by the TV. I will grab that in one hot second and show it off. But yeah, so that's something I tried to do early on in my YouTube thing, is try and do like speed builds. And well, I always try and speed build. I just the way I do it. It's fast. But I just tried to, show the entire build in the course of, you know, a couple minutes. And so I tried to show all the iterations of the 12-in-1 set, and I think it was like 4 minutes I sped it up to. Pretty good. If you know, if you can actually see what I'm working on, because I was like doing it from the side, my arm was in the way at the whole time. Editing takes so long, Brickanista. Yeah, it's. I'd say it was funny if the laughter didn't hurt so much. But yeah, editing is a pain. Narration is a pain, especially when you're not working from a script and you're just trying to, you know, because you know what you want to say. It's not a lot of words. You just have to string them together correctly and get them out of your mouth. And it seems like it becomes the most impossible thing to do the more and more you try to do it. Which is why I'm like taking a break from making videos, because I'm either going to narrate them or I'm going to try and get the thing in one shot. And if I try and get it in one shot and fail, then I have to restart the entire video. I am no Alfred Hitchcock, nor will I ever be. You know, insert famous director name here. That's not me, unfortunately. And we're taking apart the head and looking for this. Got it. Am I building a 2x? I'm building a 1x on this. I'm trying to build two versions of it. So I'm using parts for one that I should. There we go. There, that scepter. But yeah, so everything in the city is getting updated. We are extremely excited about that here at Don Brickles Productions. And once again, this Don Brickles production is brought to you in association with the Brickanista Broadcast Network, which is also going to be working on the set on Thursday. And I need that. There we go. There's that bit. So actually, this is like the right time to do the stream, because with the outside light coming in, hitting this just right. I mean, this is looking good. Hey, Aubrey, how's it going? We're working on version 2 here of this set. So we're doing the Triceratops, my favorite dino. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Triceratops from the Jurassic sets. Although I really wanted it, but it was a $60 price point. And then, you know, for me, like $15 to $30 is a pretty good price point for a set. When it goes from the $35 to the $60 range, there are a lot of executive decisions to get made as to what I get and what I don't. And then once it gets above that, usually that's rarefied air. But with absolutely nothing to do for the last practically year, I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. So my money has just gone to Lego sets, and the ones that I don't get or hadn't gotten that I wanted to get because they were all sold out, that money just kind of rolled over until it was available. Sometimes it wasn't available. One of those things was the what was it, 60266, I think was the set number. And I kept checking for availability all through the summer trying to find this thing. It was the Ocean Explorer ship, that big like $150 city set. Yeah, dinosaurs and knockoffs. Yeah, I mean it's a lot cheaper that way for sure. I know like T-Rexes on Bricklink generally $20-25. Sometimes you find them cheaper. Oh shoot, I was supposed to use the extender. I got to use the socket extender, which is a very cool piece. I'm sure there's a way to make it stylized so that it looks more integrated into whatever your build might be. Like if you were doing mech hips or something like that. Right. And I've done my fair share of mechs, but I tend towards like robots. So they're less piloted. by something more self-aware is kind of my deal. All right, there, that. Matter of fact, I have a whole storage container of robots downstairs, waiting for hopefully a day where Nato and I can go to a convention and do a collaboration of his armored up dinosaurs and my robot army. Be like a small battle thing. You know, it's just something we were talking about because like I had so many extra Bionicle bits that I'd gotten like for 3 and 4 cents a piece from a Bricklink store. So I kind of amassed them a bit over the last month or two, and it yeah, it became a beast too large to contain. So I had to get a storage container to put them all in and set them away. But Bionicle stuff holds on pretty good. Yeah, the fully armored reptilian transports. Remy's friend's mech. I don't know. Was it one that Remy showed? If it's something that he posted on Instagram, I might have seen it. Oh, attended a carnival selling them? Yeah, yeah. The place around here that I saw the most knockoff Lego or saw it available was a antique market, and so it's kind of like a flea market, like an old hollowed out Kmart or something like that. But they turn it into like all these little booths, and people have these booths there that they sell things at. And of course, probably the facility itself gets commission, kind of a thing. You know? But yeah, there was this big display case at the front of the thing, and it had like a ton of Lego figures, and I was like, "What? It's been years since I've been to this place, but this is like, is this really happening right now? Are my eyes deceiving me?" And they weren't, but little did I know. And of course, once I saw a couple things, I knew that like it wasn't 100% legit because they didn't do the original Captain Marvel in Lego. Somebody's dream of having Captain Marvel like Marvel, not Carol Danvers. So, and we're talking about the male Captain Marvel that originated in the 60s, not the original Kree outfit, but the one that became more stylized, black and red with star in the center and the face mask and the blonde flowing hair. Which I love. I love Captain Marvel. I love all forms of Captain Marvel, honestly, except for Shazam. Little known by a lot of folk. Shazam, the character we think of as Shazam, is actually Captain Marvel, which can get really confusing because it's made by DC. Yeah, I think Stan Lee saw that and he's like, "Yeah, we not our own Captain Marvel, Excelsior." So then they went to who did the first episode or first issue? I have the first issue of Captain Marvel, but I'm not going to dig in there right now. The companion pet mech. I'm gonna go check that out. Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out after this. Hey Tim, how could that possibly be confusing? Exactly. No earthly way that could confuse a single soul. Right. So yeah, we're actually zooming on this second mech here. Second mech. See, now I got mech on the mind. I'm a mechanoid. No, working on the second work. And I might need to hydrate. I might need to kick it up a grade from the refreshingly lemon lime Sprite that I've been indulging in, and go to something more caffeinated. Well, something caffeinated, period, because Sprite has no caffeine. Yeah, the Triceratops. That's what we're working on here. Yeah, Shazam's name is Captain Marvel. So like if you want to look for old comic books with Shazam is actually his guy. Yeah, it's a very weird thing, but not as widely known of a character. So like when he hit the TV, he was called Shazam because of the whole thing he has to say for the Captain Marvel pop up. Billy Batson has to say Shazam, which is like an abbreviation of all these different. It's so weird. I'm not even gonna go into it because like I try to say it out loud right now, trying to explain it, and I'm just like, man, no, they DC kind of didn't. But I'm rambling here. But I saw the movie and I actually enjoyed the movie more than I thought I would. Was it Zach Levy was the title character there? Oh, Baby Mechs. Baby Mechs are the bomb. All right, I'm missing a plate, I believe. Yeah. Sorry, I got Swing Out Sister going in my head right now. I just blitzed a lot of 80s songs before this started up. So we're talking, I got Fresh Flock of Seagulls, Tears for Fears, of course, the Swing Out Sister, and Pet Shop Boys. Classic Pet Shop Boys. All right, so yeah, we're pretty much down to the head now on the Tricera kitty. And things are going well. The storyline in WandaVision, I was okay. Oh, as far as the Captain Marvel goes, yes, I was very happy about that. I was very happy about that. I would watch Captain Marvel movies and Captain Marvel related stuff. I want a Skrulls TV show. Why aren't they doing like more with the Skrull and the Kree? There is so much potential there for like TV shows, other characters to bring in. Because the Kree Skrull War spanned many titles, and it still does. Queen Whatever's set, Aubrey, is one of my favorites. I've put it together many ways. And I've gotten like 3 or 4 copies of it, which probably translates to 2. I think I've gotten 2 copies of it because the pieces are so great. And every time I opened that box, there was just like, there was no other box that when you open it, you like your eyes light up. You get all these sensations just because like the palette that you see in there, like the array of colors, is just like mind blowing, So I really enjoy opening that box. And of course, I opened the box and sorted all the stuff because that's what we do in our world. Orange is back. What's up, Orange? All right, you're going on the front. We're on Triceratops. We're getting the head finished up here. We got basic skeletal integrity going for full. And you missed my Swing Out Sister monologue, so your timing is good. Oh, I'm liking what they did here for the horn, for the center horn. This one. It's right there in a round brick or a round plate because it's got that axle hole in it. Yes, Queen Whatever set. The colors just so many, like magenta, dark red, orange, flame orange, or bright yellow, whichever you want to say. The blues, the purples. My God, the purples is fantastic. And I still think like if I were to see one in the wild today, I would go after another box of that because the faces are fun too. Like they're because there are many faces of Queen Whatever, and they have them all there in the set. And you get a couple sets, you get a couple of those, but they're like a 3x3 printed brick. So you turn around to the reverse, and your print is hidden, and you got a pretty solid wall piece there. Or actually, There are a couple of queen. There are quite a few pieces of queen whatever in puppy over there. All right, so I'm working on the shield part of the Triceratops head here. And can everybody see okay? Hopefully so. I'm trying to be as showy as I can, but I get wrapped up. You know how it is. You get wrapped up in doing a thing and you forget about like the rest of the world, even though you're still communicating. All right. So we're doing some spikes around the collar. I'm gonna keep throwing words out every time I reference this part of the beast until I find something that is appropriate, sounds right. Like I feel like I used to know. All right, there, and we're cribbing some ribs. And we got horns 2 and 3 of the Triceratops nation. But yeah, just going to mention again, while I'm not too mentally committed to this project right, or this build right here at the moment, that we're going to be doing a rebrick of this, and anybody is welcome to join in. We're going to be putting it, like if you do a rebrick of this, post a picture on Instagram with the hashtag, oh, what did we say, Brickanista? Was it rebrick this? But there's Triceratops, smaller build, more compact, but cute, as all Triceratops are. Super cute, super cuddly. Just wanna wrap your hands around his neck and just give it some cuddles. You're like, oh, little thing. And although it is a herbivore, you probably die. Okay, so now build 3. We're what, an hour and 20 minutes in? Can I get a pterodactyl built in 40 minutes? I think so. So rebrick this, hashtag rebrick this. If you have a copy of Mighty Dinosaurs and you want to see what else you can make with the set, like we've been saying, it's a good source for ball joints. It's a good source for green. If there is an alien that might be striking your fancy, or there any myriad of options are available to you. I don't even know if I'm using my vocabulary correctly at this point. That's how far into this we are. I am going Cretaceous with this mug. All right, here we go. And Monica Berry pointed this out to me back when we were doing our daily builds, and I think I was going to talk about this before, and I got sidetracked. That a pterodactyl is not actually technically a dinosaur, because one of the daily builds was dinosaur. And so, of course, I'm like, I got all these wedge plates. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to build a pterodactyl. This is going to be pretty badass. Or pterodon, or was it Quetzalcoatl? Quetzalcoatl. It's not some kind of, anyway, I'm not going to say it right. I know I'm not. I'm not going to remember the word. Anyway, just like the hugest one of that era or epoch. 27 minutes for that one. Yeah. It's a much reduced time frame on that mug. But yeah, so Monica broke it down to me at that time. She's like, I'll accept it, but just so you know, I'm not a dinosaur. And I was like, ah. At the same time, though, she like put out like one of the greatest Stegosauruses I've ever seen. Just the way the thing was hooked up. Really need to hydrate and caffeinate. But Monica Berry 55 on Instagram. Go there, check out their Stegosaurus. We're probably talking mid to late-ish December. Phenomenal. So is the treehouse today for that. Hydrating. Jazz hands. Returning. It's like I never went anywhere, right? All right. So we're building this flying pterodactyl pterodon creature. And this episode is now being brought to you by coffee, caffeine, no funny stuff. All right, boom, boom. Now this is actually a pretty decent and easy set to break down between builds. A little, like, sometimes they'll pack things in really tight, and I'll do that a lot with my builds, and it'll just be like impossible to get a separator in there to try and wedge things apart. But with this one, they make it a little easier to get it disassembled. But yes, MOCkery is an excellent builder, as are all the members of Tricky Lug, and Brickanista is here as well from Tricky Lug. We also have Aubrey, Orange Bricks, Alexander, I believe, if he's still here, also a member of the Lug. Also check out Remy Baker, a member of Tricky Lug, who does some phenomenal builds with amazing colors, like on point. Let's see how many Tricky Lug folks I can give shots out to. Cornado, everything that dude does is like impeccably sweet. Aubrey and the family, Aubrey and the Kovac family, hooking up all the builds and the good stuff, and overseeing the Tricky Lug Instagram action there. So check out hashtag Tricky Lug on Instagram. It's gonna be worth your time. We're an eclectic group of builders. Like, there's so much randomness going on that it's worth it to watch. And most of the randomness is me, because like I'm all over the place with this jive. What other fantastic builders do we have? Of course, Moto's in Tricky Lug. Moto, who, if you don't know who Moto is, you're probably going to know who Moto is before too long. So tune into Fox this spring or summer. Say no more, right? Yeah. Okay. And also, if you're an individual who tried out for Lego Masters for season 2 and you didn't get accepted, and you're still suffering with the pain and the loss there, Mel from season 1, Iceberg Bricks, has put up an awesome video about, so he didn't make it in Lego Master season 2. What now? Or what's next? Go check it out. It's refreshing. It's fun. Yano, master of the stop motion. Hi. Oh, glad you made it. Yeah. Tune into Fox to find out more about Moto in the coming weeks or whenever. We don't exactly know, but that's all I'm going to say. So yeah, Yano, we're on build 3 here for the pterodactyl of the Mighty Dinosaurs set. And just to catch up, everybody here, we're doing the Creator 3-in-1. We are set 31058, Mighty Dinosaurs. And of course, T-Rex was the first one we started off with. Not Mark Bolan, but T-Rex. So yeah, we're going into the pterodactyl now. And Brickanista and I are going to be doing a rebrick on this. And we encourage other people to do so. Your builds are awesome. Please give this a shot. What are we going to do? It's due by the 20th. Everybody's going to do a rebrick. Oh, Monica, you hear the mail truck? That is the greatest sound in the world. Sometimes, most of the time. Or the FedEx truck, because we're A-Falls, because that's what we do. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a rebrick of this, Brickanista and I, and anybody who would like to participate. We like to do a slideshow of those builds because, Tricky Lug is awesome, and it would be cool if we could get a lot of us in on it, and anybody else who might be interested in building this as well. Right. So yeah, and I was telling folks earlier about my Lego store experience, and one of the things I didn't mention was, yes, hashtag rebrick this. So you're gonna want to post it on Instagram with hashtag rebrick this, and then that way we'll see it because nobody's used that hashtag. So it's free and clear. So yeah, put it up there with that. We'll see what everybody makes. We'll go and look at it. And of course, you know, like the tricky bricks, no competition here. So there's no prize for who did the best. I just really want to see what we all do. I'm gonna try and be doing my rebrick live, just because that's most of the reason why I started this channel, to show mocks and live mock making. It's a very mercurial thing to actually pin down. But we're gonna make that attempt here with that set and other things here in the future, because my city just got rearranged and the bat cave needs to be fixed. The underwater area needs to be redone. Space Museum needs to be redone. Thankfully, Doctor Who did something with some kind of time warp and was able to preserve the Space Museum so that we can bring it back mostly intact. But had to call on the Daleks, and then they had to make an uneasy alliance. You know how those things. Uneasy alliances never really end well, so they're off in a corner of the universe fighting. But meanwhile, I assure you, the Space Museum is safe. All right, and we are getting the main part of the body on the pterodactyl going here. Oh, the return address label says ahoy hoy. Oh, that's awesome. I know what that must be. It's the Tricky Bricks, yes. Yes, Target has this right now for $12. As does Meijer if you are in the Great Lakes region. Yeah, Meijer. And Meijer's a good place to find clearance Lego. That's where I usually go to get my stuff. Yeah, thanks, Yana. Yeah, the city. In one night, I had to redo the entire thing to get it ready for today for the stream, because Tiffany got me these. We went down to IKEA and got new tables. So it was like solid tables. Like it's something I could never dream of. Like everything is flush and lining up. No gaps in the bricks and the plates and everything. And like you put a base plate somewhere and it's where it's supposed to be. I'm like almost in tears with joy over this. Yeah, if I linger too long on it, I might get a little misty, because it's a long time dream. The city started out 2006, 2007, just after the Batman series or Batman Lego sets first started just coming out. It started as a shelf on a bookshelf, with just essentially facades of buildings, and then it took took over a coffee table, and eventually became what you see behind us now. And of course, the more Lego sets I get over the years, and the more I love little cars, the more traffic I had to deal with. So I had to raise the entire thing up, as you can see right there, so that I can fit underground highways and a subway system in there. Because that's not the obvious solution, and that's how we try and do things here at Don Brickles Productions. Yeah. Also, incessant rambling is a key feature of the stream. All right, so we're moving on. We got page 10, step 14. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing a rebrick on this, because Street Sweeper was so fun. The Mandalorian rebrick that we did with Tricky was so fun. I kind of wish I still had my build from that, but I wanted to make the Mandalorian a child because I didn't have any representation for those cats at that time, and just you know, the Euclidean etouffee was the one that I did for that. I thought it looked pretty good. Well, I'm launching Lego bits, so please be aware. Wear eye protection if you are in Studio A, And I hope they only need one of these because I don't really want to go fetch the. No, I'm going to need to go fetch that. Darn. But yeah. Shoot, what was I going to say? Oh, going back to something I was mentioning earlier about the 12-in-1 set that they came out with this summer, and the only surviving build of that I have is the Flamingo. Oh, set it back there. There's said Flamingo. And I love that it's got like a pompadour thing kind of happening there with that wave. It's got a nice finger wave happening. So the Flamingo has survived because the Flamingo is awesome. And I grew up in Florida and saw quite a few flamingos. And one flamingo is cool, but when you see like 50 to 100 flamingos just like hanging out, it's truly a sight to behold. I'm gonna go grab this piece that launched. Recovery successful. Don't usually have so much problem with the curved slopes launching on me. Oh yes, Sally. Mustache Sally is one of the greatest things to ever come out of a rebrick. The non-binary hexadecimal robot. It's so cool. All right, so I'm going to be mirroring this on the other side. And here's a rebrick that I'd want to do. I don't know if there are any car people in the chat right now. But you know how they came out with Speed Champions Ferrari set, the Tributo, the F8? Or is it that thing? Anyway, the Tributo, where it's 8 modules wide now for the cars. I want to see how many other Ferraris I can find in that. Because it's a pretty good starter set to make most of the Ferrari line. So, I don't know. It's kind of a dream rebrick, if there is such a thing. But yeah, now that I have all this room, I can finally get things built and get things out of my way, and hopefully someday work on stop motion. Because once the city took on this kind of scale, that became like in the back of my mind, oh, wouldn't it be awesome if I could do this kind of thing? But the big thing is going to be, of course, keeping a camera on it. Things move in this room really easy, and now with these stable tables, that's going to be less of a problem. But I am going to have to use an older phone as camera because that's the only thing that's going to have that size storage. And anyway, there's all these issues. I don't have any great. I don't have like an iPhone or can't use any of those apps. And the phone I have right now, even though I bought it, it's a fresher model. It doesn't support AR cores, so I can't play the hidden side games. I can't play video. I mean, I can get over it. Whatever. I don't care. It's all good to me. Shoot. But I mean, I would like to because I love hidden side. Anyway, I digress often. But I have like 3 or 4 different stop motion stories I want to tell. Yeah. And one of them is like, one of the stop motion stories I want to tell is in Lego City, all the villains or all the bad guys, all the criminals, you know who they are because they're wearing stripes, right? Why is that? We need to go into why that happened. It's a societal thing, really. I'm thinking that Lego City doesn't provide inmates when they're released with proper clothing, so they're still in their stripes, which of course is going to lead to public stigma. Every time they go somewhere, people are going to always identify them and hold that against them. So it's like Lego City is setting up a system to where repeat offenders are just going to be the norm, and then everybody keeps cycling through the system. Yeah, trust me, I know it's honestly a big it's a big problem that nobody has addressed yet. No, it's one of those insane things that I think will actually make a good story. So we'll see. We'll see. Examining recidivism in Lego City. Yeah, because I mean it, and especially with all the everything that's happened with police lately, and how we really need to examine our city services. I think it would be an awesome time to put a spotlight on Lego City services. Um, and I would have the way I'd play it is like Chase McCain would be the cop who wants to do the right thing, right? Who's willing and ready to accept change, who's a champion for this type of stuff. Whereas Duke Detain, he's a maverick. He really doesn't care. He's just there to drink coffee, eat donuts, and lock up people. Like, that dude. So that'd be the story I'd want to tell. But I want to tell it in like a community center format where everybody gets together for like a roundtable discussion. Yeah, yeah. The video app. I went and tried to download it again, even though they told me before I couldn't. Like when I tried to download it, they said your phone can't do this. I tried to do it again just in case maybe my phone updated to we can take your AR core now, because I know over the course of Hidden Side, more devices were retrofitted with it, so that like it could actually work on more devices that were older at that point, but nothing that I ever owned. So sadly, but I was hoping, and of course I got my new phone without thinking that maybe I should check and see if we could do the AR core. I was just like, yeah, I got a new phone. I can play the Hidden Side. No. Well, it's going to be the same way with video. And I was checking the reviews on video, and it seems a lot of people are having loading issues with it, freezing issues with it, registration issues, like it picking up the tiles you have and things like that. So it's really buggy at this point. I'm hoping that they fix it up, but I'm almost at the point where virtual Lego augmentation I'm done with that fad, because Lego is about the break. It's about playing with the stuff, it's about seeing what you can make and the possibilities inherent therein. But when you overlay like a video app or something like that, it seems kind of lazy, play wise. But that judging aside, that minor judging aside, I love the figures. There are quite a few that I want to get, but knowing what I think I know about video, I'm gonna wait till it all goes on clearance, because it's all gonna go on clearance. I was really surprised when Michaels had as much dots on clearance as they did. But I think what happened with dots early on, I'm hoping they get it straightened out, because I would love to see dots go on for a while, is marketing strategy. Yeah, Lego apps, not that great, but Lego video games. Lego video games from, what is it, Traveler's Tales? I think so. They're all fantastic. They're all fantastic. I try and play every single one of them. Yeah, Lego's about the break. I mean, it's about what you can do. If you really want, you can step outside of that. You can check out. Oh, that's not how to do that. That's actually done. Look at this. You can check out some of the animated stuff. Actually, on my TV now, there is a dedicated Lego channel, so they're always playing like Friends or Ninjago or something like that, which I'm cool with. I would be all right finding more out about the lore of those things. I think I saw some Chima on there too. And Chima, which is getting lightly more cool than it used to be. I mean, there's still some folk out there that say that Chima is just, a lot of, I don't know, just animals and stuff. But I don't know. There's a certain heart to be found in Chima, especially the more familiar with the breadth of the available figures they are. Some of the stuff they're coming up with that is just wonderful. Like the gorilla people, the crow people. There's a scorpion person, the elephant folks, the phoenixes. Yeah. Sorry, just catching up here. Yeah, they haven't made a click yet. They haven't. Like, I don't know if the technology is there, honestly, to do it. I think it needs to be more like dimensions. Like, if there were, that was so engrossing to me because it linked building with video games and the constant interaction with the product. Because when you're playing Dimensions, you've got your character and you're introducing them and you put them on by the center area, and then to bring on other characters, you have to move that person to one of the side spots and then put that there. And then there are color games, like color match things you have to do by shifting people around on the board. So really interactive and a really great way to do things. Lego Dimensions, I miss you so. And I got so many of Lego Dimensions sets and figs. I will say this about Lego Dimensions, as far as Ninjago goes, like the one Ninjago figure I really got was the Woo, because at the time that's all I really wanted. I wasn't as hip to Nia as I am now, but so I got Woo, and Woo's base will register like on the pad for 1 or 2 times, and then after that, it doesn't even show that he's there. Like it'll try and load a character because it knows that it wants to load a character, but he never shows up. And that's happened with 2 medallions. But those medallions do make decent minifigure stands, so I can't complain. Anyway, here we are so far on the Terry. We got the feet. We got a little nubby tail. We got a wingspan. And we are moving on now. I'm just building ahead without like paying attention to what step I'm on. I'm sorry, folks. Not that you can really see the instructions, but just for the integrity of the build, so to speak. Yeah, they pour a lot of money into app development, and I think that's one of the things that hindered Hidden Side is they leaned way too much on the app. If they would have focused on the builds and how marvelous they were, Hidden Side would still be around today. But they threw all of their weight behind the app, which I still haven't gotten to play yet. But I mean, it's your basic, you're scanning things and you're tapping and you're shooting them. And of course, you get more and more sets, unlocks more enemies. But I will recommend this to anybody who has the free time and the inclination. The Lego animated shorts about Hidden Side are awesome. There are 20 of them total, and it's a great little story. It really, really is. I recommend it, especially if you're a fan of the Hidden Side sets. It gives the toy line more depth and breadth. Definitely good times there. All right, we're getting down to it. Wow. I might actually have time to show some things that aren't related to this set, which will be rebricked before too long. But yeah, so again, that's hashtag rebrick this. Post them on Instagram if you got this set. If not, pick it up at Target or Meijer if you're in the Great Lakes area. $12. Why pass it up? Or if you are on your way to the Lego store and you're wanting to stand in line because you want that Amelia Earhart, you want that Amelia Earhart, because I have this pterodactyl head in my hand. You want the Amelia Earhart set. She's not Airhead. Amelia Earhart was totally awesome and brilliant. And I don't know, one of the greatest mysteries is what happened to her and over the Pacific, no less. But if you want the Amelia set, because it's in a second and show you, this dinosaur set may be something that gets you to the $100 price point. Yeah, I am so sorry, Amelia. So yeah, there's the pterodactyl, and it's actually, I like it. I like it a lot. Like, it's got personality. All right, so it's going to hang out here with a flamingo for a hot minute while I go to the living room to get that set. Let's see what kind of flexibility we got here on the wings. Can we do a swoop? Swoop, swoop. Rock, rock. Oh. Also top heavy like the T-Rex, but a little bit more manageable. Back in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17. Not too bad. Amelia. There she is, folks. Amelia Earhart. Complete with plane. Now, this is the plane. This is not the plane that she crashed in on the Pacific. This is the plane that she took across the Atlantic and became it's the first female solo flight, transatlantic flight. There we go. Aviatrix Air. You know what? Yeah, that does have a whole lot of potential to mine there. But God, I wish I had a better camera. But I will get her in there on the nice close up. Now, one of the things that they did with this set is there's a good number of stickers. But they did something that they don't usually do. The map is a sticker. Most of your maps are going to be printed. But this map is a sticker, and the reason why is because it's an accurate representation of the Atlantic Ocean area. So you got your continents surrounding it there. And I was joking earlier when Tiffany was putting this together, I was like, well, the map that she's got, like, it totally cuts off the Pacific. So no wonder she didn't make it. So, sorry, Amelia. I have been just riffing on you, and I apologize for that, but you are fantastic. And this plane is fantastic. This is one of the best looking planes that I've ever seen built out of Lego, especially at this scale. Just so nice. Oh, Kristen Wiig. Yeah, Kristen Wiig would tear that up. And Kate McKinnon. And Kristen Wiig and Kate McKinnon are in town somewhere. But yeah, there's the pterodactyl. We are going to be rebricking that. There's Amelia. Act now. Supplies are limited, and honestly, I would be kicking myself if I didn't get this set. So don't kick yourself. Get this set if you can. I've developed a new strategy for Lego shopping. Wait and save up all the things that I want to get, that I want to pay full regular price for, that I'm going to pay full regular price for, and wait until the gift with purchase that I need comes along, right? So one of them was, of course, this. And honestly, this has got one of the worst connections in modern Lego history. The vintage car. And the worst connection, of course, is the surfboard side panels. Surfboard side panels, also a great band name. Just throwing that out there for free. Y'all can have that. See, I can't even remember how to get them on now. Surfboard side panels coming to a theater near you. All right, so yeah, they're held on by like one stud, right? One stud, gravity, and air pressure is really all that's keeping those surfboards on the side there. I did do a little bit of modification on the grill here, because the original, as it was submitted, had binoculars here for a little bit more detail. So I just put that on there. But another gift with purchase set that I was waiting, like, since the contest ended and that won to get. So I've been like, I just hold back on sets until I know that I can get them there on that price point. Yeah, like our Lego store, there was a line, and like I hadn't seen a line like that since Black Friday at the Lego store when they released the 1989 Batmobile, and when they had the minifigure scale one gift with purchase, which I didn't buy. I had enough money to buy it, but I didn't buy it because I had it in the store, and I'm like, oh my God, pick a brick wall. And this is what I do every time I go to a Lego store. It's like I overspend on the pick a brick wall and have to settle for a different set. Not this time. Not this time. This time I had my planning was all good. But one thing I want to show here too, while I still have time, is like, as we all know, this week was Parade Float Week on Tricky Bricks. And due to me trying to be a smart aleck, as I often am, and I think because I put my submission in under Captain Debo, somehow the magics of the Google form ended up doing something with it and losing it. So here is my Tricky Bricks float submission for this. For 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It is the Nautilus, like cutting through the water, about to ram into a boat. So that's the float. And then I had a couple of Atlantis people sitting around it, and it was on a blue background, so it looked pretty good. And then, hey Remy, what's going on? Yeah, see you, Yana. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, this was my submission. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, one of my favorite movies of all time, especially growing up as a kid. It just like captured my imagination. It still has. But I read the book, and it's really the movie version. It's mostly because of James Mason, because like powerful actor, boom. Plus you got so many other people on there. It's just great. By so many other people, I mean the principals, like Kirk Douglas as Ned Land. You had I can't think of his name, but Professor Aronnax, the guy who played him. There's just that was a phenomenal performance, really. And Peter Lorre was just like, at that point I realized I probably look a little bit like Peter Lorre to some people. So I felt a kinship. And like this was like an 8-year-old or less kid talking about that. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen Nautilus. Unfortunately, nay. I bought that issue when it hit the stands of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen because I was cool with Alan Moore at that time, and I was like, no. I mean, I get it. It wants to look more like an actual Nautilus, the creature, but the shape of the Disney 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Academy Award-winning special effects, visual effects. That ship just captured my imagination so much. And in Florida, when I was younger, I had gone to Disney World a few times as a kid, and they had a 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride, and I was so jazzed because like popping up out of the water, you got kind of a thing like this, and then you get in there and go, and you feel like they make it look like you're underwater. So, oh Tim, if you haven't seen it, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, James Mason, his performance, it just runs the emotional gamut. And for something in the 50s, for that kind of a performance, but I mean, it's James Mason. If people at that time had seen the movie Odd Man Out, like they knew what they were getting into. Like this dude is top notch. And the beard was its own character, but that's a whole nother thing entirely. But yes, check it out. Check out 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Disney. It's a Disney film, but it runs a little bit darker than your normal Disney film because Captain Nemo is a tortured character. I won't go too much into his past and give you any spoilers or anything like that. Anyway, dude's got a submarine, and it's made to look like when it rams a ship, it's made to look like a sea monster is coming out, and that's what people thought it was, and that's why when Ned Land, Kirk Douglas, went out on the sea, he was a harpooner, and like he had been enlisted. And of course San Francisco is where this all goes down, and they get on the boat and go out there. Hey, he's a harpooner. He's a fisherman, man. He's like, yeah, I can take this thing down. I can take any whale down. Yeah, that's what I do. And so he's like, anyway, I'm not going to spoil the film for you. Check it out, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And actually, I see Ned Land. Ned Land is actually in the lifeboat of Bia's Folly, which is my pirate ship that's up there. Captain Nemo is in third row center, for the Opera House. He's attending a showing of Loving Cleopatra. It's fifth season now. Matinees, night shows, everything. Like nothing else will get in there. Like people love this so much. It's like everything is awesome of operatic Lego jive. I don't know. I'm rambling now. But yeah, so this is something I did. And the reason I did it, because I'd gotten these two globes a few weeks back on Bricklink, because the Nautilus is like a build that I've wanted to do my entire life. Even before becoming an A-fall. When I was a K-fall, I was like, oh, that would be cool. And that was what I was thinking about the time that not Pirates of Barracuda Bay. It was Black Sea's Barracuda, right? Black Sea's Barracuda came out. I was like, oh, that would be something sweet for the Nautilus to crash into. And so I was thinking, how would they do that? And then I was like, oh, that's a lot of brown. And it was like, I hadn't seen a whole lot of. But that was me as a kid. Anyway, Lego, over time, more elements are available. You can get stuff. These happened in some of, was it the like Aquanauts and stuff like that. They came out with these. And now there's a whole lot more brown than there used to be as far as element variety and availability and price. Because in the early 2000s, reddish brown was more exclusive and a little bit pricier to get your hands on. Now it's a lot more available, especially because of the fragility a lot of folks are encountering with it. So something on my short list of things to make. But I have my Pick-a-Brick order has shipped with my pieces for the Supreme Intelligence for the Kree, and so that's something I'm going to be mocking live soon. Plus we have other things in the city to do. So much lined up. I'm going to be doing this on Mondays. If I have too much backlog, I'm probably going to bust in another day. I don't know, though, because, like, I don't know how long I can talk myself hoarse for, like, two hours during the course of the week and maintain a normal normal sleep schedule. But thank you, everybody, for stopping by today. Cowboy Bebop is something you should also check out if you haven't. But I did get one video character, and I'm gonna grab that. Yes, it's the Alien DJ. Cooler than polar bear's toenails. Let's see if I can, because the printing on this figure is amazing. Yeah, glad y'all enjoyed. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'm glad I can put old dude here on for like a little end thing, like it's just a little palate cleanser, a cup of coffee at the end of the meal, you know. Alien DJ. Just look at that arm printing, right? And the legs, the side printing, dual molded legs, like the shoes, the way they come up there with the boots. And this is, you know, one of the ones that came in the beat box, so it was $20. But this figure alone for the printing and the way it's done and the headpiece on there, because that's a trans blue, but it's like an opaque trans blue, so you can't really see the underbit there. But the printing is, yeah, it's phenomenal. And that's a dark blue record. He's got a dark blue platter there. And then the printing, of course, is all the way around as the minifigures are becoming more and more detailed, especially the CMFs these days. How do you know? How do you know it's a pricey figure? The level of detail on the pants. Like, if you get side printing on your pants like that, you know you're dealing with something special. And yeah, translucent blue, but it's an opaque translucent blue, if that makes any sense. And I did end up picking up a black light flashlight, so I don't know if it'll show up too well here. No, it doesn't. But it does show up in the black light. So definitely something to get down with. All right, well, thank you, everybody, for stopping by. This is 2 o'clock now. We're going to wrap things up, and I'm going to start getting things fixed and reorganized and reset back in here. Thank you so much for dropping in, checking out the set. Hashtag rebrick this for the Mighty Dinosaur set if you want to participate in the rebrick. It's an informal thing. You know, we're not gonna wait for everybody's stuff and then pop it on there at once. Like, I'd like to see everybody's stuff as you get it done, and I'm gonna save my rebrick to do it live, possibly on Brickanista stream, possibly here. We're still working on that, but we got like till the March 20th to get your stuff in there, and then on the Sunday the 21st, I believe it is, we're going to do a joint broadcast and take a look at everybody's stuff. So something fun to look forward to, even if we only have like 2 participants. Hey, but you can also go on Studio if you're getting more familiar with that software there, and you can download the parts and build there. It's something that becomes easier and easier with time to use those digital tools. So much easier to use than a Lego Digital Designer, which I cut my teeth on. Yeah, like what Studio does with the renders makes Lego Digital Designer seem like a bad dream from some kind of. No, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop talking smack. But yeah, so there's a pterodactyl. We had the T-Rex and the Triceratops, and we got a Flamingo. We got Amelia Earhart. We got Captain Nemo and the Nautilus. We got the Alien DJ. Anything he play. We took a quick look here at this vintage ride. We got the city in the background. Yeah, so thanks everybody for stopping by. If there's anything in the future that more specifically you want to check out, like building wise, that you see behind me, or anything you can make out under here, or you just have general questions, just throw stuff in the comments, yo. I check my comments and everything a couple times a day, so I try and reply to it as soon as I get it. Or if you're saying something that doesn't really need to be replied to, I still love the comment, So let me know. Stop by, check things out. The March holidays again. Yes. Brickanista, while we're here, let's talk about the daily brick limit. Yeah. So it's March 16th, 17th, and 20th. 16th, National Panda Day. 17th is St. Patty's, and the 20th. I'm drawing a blank on that holiday. I'm so poor at the memory and time right now, but we're in a time warp, and it's probably because my close proximity to the TARDIS in here, it makes it just haywire. But yeah, so yeah, it's the Ides would actually be the 15th, I think, wouldn't it? National Day of Happiness. What? That's only one day a year? I try to be happy all the time. I mean, come on now. I mean, their mood swings, but a single day? Expand it. Come on. For the people. But I'm gonna end this before I go down like some kind of odd rambling rabbit hole, as I'm prone to do. Thank you all for stopping by. I thank you. The Bricks thank you. The Prince thanks you. The Tick thanks you. And I assure you, I thank you. Thanks again. Much love, y'all. International Day of Happiness.